Thank you very much, Rich. Well, on May 1st of 2012, AuditNet launched a survey on the state of technology used by auditors. The survey was launched in order to determine what tools audit departments are using, how the tools are being used, and the level of use and where auditors see themselves on the audit utilization of technology optimization scale. The next slide covers the standards. Basically, the IPPF launched a number of global technology audit guides, or GTAGs, written in a straightforward business language and address timely issues related to information technology, management control, and security. In August 2011, the IAA released GTAG 16, shown here. This guide was specifically developed to provide guidance for CAEs on how to move to technology-driven audits. One of the co-authors of this GTAG was Don Sparks, Vice President of Automation Services, who is with us today. And Don will be available to answer questions as well during our polling question periods. As far as additional professional guidance, the importance of technology and data analytics is evidenced by the release of guidance from ISACA as well. Data Analytics, a Practical Approach, was released in 2011, about the same time that GTAG 16 was released, and one of the project contributors to this document was none other than today's lead speaker, Rich Lanza. One of the quotes from that document says, "As with any process, maximum benefits cannot be achieved for the enterprise if data analysis is not aligned to the business, risk is not managed, or the process is not effectively planned, designed, implemented, tested, and governed. When used effectively, however, data analytics can play an integral role in helping an enterprise unlock the treasures hidden in its massive stores of data." When we were looking at the survey, we basically created categories for all of the audit software. And here you'll see floating in the categories of audit software technology, anti-fraud software, continuous control monitoring, audit management software, automated issues tracking, electronic work papers, GRC, risk assessment, and audit resource scheduling. And the last one that came in, data analytics, the reason that that came in last is because that's the area where most auditors are using audit technology. So these are the categories that we identified. We're focusing today's webinar on data analytics because we found it was the most used audit software of all the categories. Make no mistake that audit software technology use is far from mature in most categories. Some of the vendors that handle these products, you'll recognize the names: ACL, Approva, Caseware Idea, Methodware, Pentana, SAS, CCH Teammate, Thomson Reuters, Topcats. These are, just to name a few. And by no means are we mentioning these to endorse one vendor over another. It's for illustrative purposes only. And we'll be covering a number of different technologies today. So, just pay attention to those. Auditors should use due diligence in scoping out software vendors to find the best fit for your organization for each category. Unfortunately, there is no vendor, to my knowledge, that has a suite to cover all of these software categories. However, trends in the marketplace indicate a consolidation of categories is taking place. The next slide covers some of the survey points. We have had over 1,500 responses to this survey. We found that almost half have audit shops of 5 or less auditors. And obviously, the technology tool that was used most, data analytics and electronic work papers, and the technology tools that were used least were continuous audit and fraud, GRC, and compliance. When asked how they felt that their staff was as far as technology proficiency, only 17% felt that the auditors that within their organization were technologically proficient. So that's pretty eye-opening. Also, the way that most of the auditors were receiving training was primarily through on-the-job training, or OJT, and that's something that we've pretty well confirmed. Only 35% maintain an inventory of audit technology tools, and more than half, or 54%, rated their department at the informal use level, meaning ad hoc use of audit technology, or none at all. And by ad hoc, we're referring primarily to Excel and Microsoft product suites. So there's a long way for most audit departments to go as far as utilization of audit technology. Less than 4% rated their department at the highest maturity level for audit use of technology. And that was pretty much not that necessarily in line with the other surveys that have been done. Now, we also have some action items that we felt we should point out regarding how to help auditors and audit departments integrate the use of technology within audit. These should be applied against each audit software category in order to provide a benchmark for moving higher on the audit use of technology optimization scale. Conduct an inventory of audit technology tools. Obviously, you don't know how to get to where you want to go unless you have a benchmark. Audit department should be providing training for staff, all staff, in use of audit technology. This is very important. And you need to start by measuring the staff knowledge, skills, and abilities to determine who needs the training and what kind of training they need to move forward. In addition, you need to build a business case for audit technology. The AuditNet newsletter is publishing an article this month in July on how to build a business case for data analytics. It's by Sean Elrington, who authored a book called Audit Analytics, and that book will be available through the AuditNet site. You need to work with IT and senior management on the cost. Obviously, one of the major things that was preventing audit departments from integrating technology was the cost of the software. So that's something that needs to be done. You need to hire auditors with technology skills, and this is something that once you find those auditors, you need to compensate them and basically try to keep them as happy as possible, because auditors with technology skills are in high demand, and there's a tendency for them to move to different organizations to advance their careers. So you need to look for people with these skills and then do your best to keep them on staff. You need to find a technology champion and an influencer. An influencer is somebody who basically takes on the responsibility and can talk to other people and encourage other people to get involved. You don't want to get mostly followers. You want to get an influencer who will act as your technology champion within your organization. You need to establish an audit technology assessment benchmark and then update it annually. Obviously, this goes back with the inventory of audit technology tools. In order to get to move yourself up on the audit use of technology scale, you need to know where you are right now. So you need to have a benchmark. You need to require the use of technology for all audit and administrative tasks. And sometimes audit is used on, or technology is used on an ad hoc basis. We really need to encourage people to see how they can use it and think outside the box and encourage the use of technology for all functions within audit, not just on the audit, but also administratively as well. And the final item is you need to develop a succession plan so that audit software does not become shelfware. You find that in many organizations, they'll go out and they'll have a good idea on implementing technology within their audit department. However, because they don't have a plan in place, the person that was responsible, that could have been their influencer or their technology champion, leaves the organization. That software that they spent a lot of money for becomes shelfware. So these are, what we feel are the action plan and the ideas that you need to look at in your organization. At this point, I'm going to turn it back to Rich, and we do have with us key players in the data analysis technology area, and those include, as I mentioned before, Don Sparks, Charlie Walker, and Richard Cascarino, as well as Rich. So, Rich.
Thanks, Jim, and again, great stats there. And what I did was I took the AuditNet survey findings and I really kind of focused in on just data analytics. and taking that data itself, again, I think it was like 4% of people had fully deployed. What's interesting on data analytics, it is higher. I mean, there are more people using it, but still only 35% have data analytics, and 9%, only 9%, have continuous monitoring fully deployed. So the numbers still are not really, up there yet. And we're going to show some other charts later that I think will highlight that more. 60% use data analytics informally or less. And, kind of similar to this, and this is a big one, 56% are not at all or somewhat satisfied with their data analytic implementation. So again, that is, I think the feeling right now is that they're using it informally. There's a feeling like we're just not maximizing this and we're not satisfied, and that's most of the people out there. Just moving on to one other slide here. So why not used? When you look at it, again, Jim talked about it. Cost was a big one. Management support not being another, but this is just for data analytics. These are the numbers here where when you add it up, 70 or so, 77% add up based on these three factors. Software training's too much, company or even the auditors themselves don't support it, which kind of drives the whole not seen as part of auditing. It's viewed as something that they could get behind, by without, that they can do their auditing without using data analytics. And I mean, hopefully everyone on the call today will also view that as incorrect. I feel that data analytics can be used everywhere in the audit process. And again, from a top usage influences, leadership to use it and fund it were the main influences, as well as planning it into audits. Those are, the main thing that they felt that if we were going to influence going forward, those were the 2 points that would influence it.